Better way to spend a Thursday in Canada at World Series of Fighting 18 as we take a look at the tail of the tape in this welterweight bout between Andrew McInnes and Cody Mckenzie. 29-27, 6'1" to 6 feet, almost identical on weight. And there you see the reach advantage going the way of the Canadian, Andrew McInnes. We now set it inside the cage. Jazz Sakaro has our official introductions.
Ladies and gentlemen, our next fight is brought to you by ProSups. Results, period. We are scheduled for 3 rounds in the World Series of Fighting welterweight division. And now, introducing, fighting out of the blue corner of the decagon. His record, 15 wins versus 6 defeats, 13 wins coming by way of submission. He stands 6 feet tall. He weighs 170 pounds. Fighting out of Spokane, Washington by way of Cordova, Alaska, making his decagon debut tonight. Introducing Cody, A.K. Kid Mckenzie.
Great with the submissions, especially his guillotine choke. So push the fight, look for a clinch, maybe there a submission and a takedown. When the fight goes to the ground, try to get top position, ground and pound, plus submissions.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, his opponent across the decagon, fighting out of the red corner, 5 victories, only 1 defeat, and all 5 wins coming by way of submission. He stands 6 feet 1 inch tall. He also weighs 170 pounds, fighting out of St. Albert, Alberta, by way of Edmonton, Alberta. He is also making his debut in the decagon, presenting the submission artist, Andrew
Also loves his chokes and submissions. He has a plethora of different submissions. Use strikes to set up a takedown, get top position. Same thing here, ground and pound and submissions.
And your third man in the cage is Kyle Cardinal.
So we are set to go in the welterweight division. Michel Jean-Pierre gets us started. And how about Andrew McInnes comes flying out at the AK Kid, Cody Mckenzie.
Yeah, he's got the reach advantage. And that's weird because if you come fast, very close, you don't use your reach advantage.
Boss, early on, we talked about how these guys do not care for one another.
No.
And it is playing out early on here. It almost looks like a Duck Dynasty battle.
It really is, you know, and when you read that Mckenzie is a commercial fisherman in Alaska, you go, yeah, that's what they look like. Exactly. Both looking for the clinch. As I said, now let's see if Mckenzie can slip his arm suddenly over the head of his opponent.
It's Cody Mckenzie with his back up against the cage in the red trunks. Andrew McInnes in the black trunks. Excuse me, Mckenzie in the red trunks. Talking about Andrew McInnes also making his World Series of Fighting debut, a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu black belt, but 5-1, and all 5 victories coming by way of submission. So both these guys love to submit their opponent, and a knee coming in quickly from McInnes on Mckenzie.
Yeah, McInnes has, like I said, with his chokes, he does every kind of choke, even at that shoulder choke, and also last time he is likes to just choke people unconscious, I guess.
Early on, it's McInnes who's getting the inside and firing out some punches on Cody Mckenzie.
He's got a guillotine and one leg around, and we know he's really good with that. Just follows him. Oy. You know, still on him. You know, normally I would say it's very hard to pull off. I said that last time too. It's still to pull off in a half guard. I actually did it twice, so.
Boss, fair to say that Cody Mckenzie is fishing for the submission right here?
Oh, that's the one. You know, yes, this might be, yeah, I don't know. A Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu black belt.
Should be able to get his way out of this trap.
Yeah, still, you know, if you win 10 times by guillotine choke in a row, you got it down. Great escape here, look at that. Yep. McInnes just flips the table right here.
So Mckenzie closes the guard on Andrew McInnes, and now McInnes with the dominant position. See what he can do with it with Cody Mckenzie up against the cage.
Watch the head.
It's an annoying position, you know, because you push the neck. If he even puts him a little bit straight in front of the fence, then he can really crank that neck also. which is going to shut down a lot of movement from Mckenzie. Beautifully done. Mckenzie should grab a leg, like the ankle, and push him, try to push him on his back, but he needs to grab an ankle now. Oh, he tried, yeah, but he goes too high. Like he wants to fish for an armbar, but he shouldn't do that. Just push it back. Now grab the ankle, push back away. His hips. That was a little, but it sounded that it was still big. Huh? That shot. Great movement here from McInnes, the way he moves him. Moves to the left, so he wants to put that head, he wants to crank that head again against the fence.
Pass that.
Great positioning.
90 seconds to go here in round one. This one's scheduled for 3 in the welterweight division of the World Series of Fighting.
You would think. Oh, look at that.
Pulls away from the cage.
Yeah, well, it works. Nice reversal here, but the guillotine choke is on. And he's just hitting him. He's not even defending it, so. Yeah, now he's too high. The position is very hard now because for a blood choke, you need to close both arteries on both sides of the neck.
So Cody Mckenzie now trying to stack up some points here in the ladder going of round number 1 as we go under 50 seconds here.
And you better believe you're a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu black belt, and on top of that, you're going to fight a guy like Cody Mckenzie.
Right.
I guess every partner, training partner, went for guillotines on him. You know, learn how to defend.
McInnes trying to trap that right arm of Mckenzie.
Like McInnes' position here, what he does, left arm around the neck, keep the left leg
Wow,
free.
complete to the mount.
There you go, the ground and pound with submissions, and he's off.
So
He just
Andrew
slipped
McInnes,
out.
did he get a little too greedy there? He had the mount, and then he goes for the choke.
Yep, the position.
Don't
that
drop
was
the hair.
all
Let
about
go.
that triangle choke,
Do that again,
but he
you're gonna
slips
lose your
out
point.
already. That's the thing, if you have a reach advantage, it means you have the longer arms and the thinner arms. It's harder to do triangle chokes because you can't really close the distance.
Final 10
Mckenzie's
seconds,
blasting
and it
here.
ends with a
What is
flurry.
it?
And hold
Something
on, Kyle
happened.
Cardinal's going to call stop.
Up, up, up.
Now, you heard him during the clinch earlier on that Andrew McInnes was grabbing the hair of Cody Mckenzie.
Let me see.
I heard a word of eye
Let me
poke.
see your eye.
Yep. The referee's asking for
Andrew,
the
I
eye.
need to see your eye. Okay, let me see.
Yeah, let me see. It's very hard to open up your eye right now because it's
I
hurt.
need to see your eye.
Let's take a look
So
at it
Andrew
now.
McInnes in a lot of pain. Let's look at this one more time at the end.
Check it out. He took a headbutt, but
Oh,
didn't knock him out.
that's a headbutt. Cody Mckenzie comes in, watch, he leads with the head.
Right here, right here.
Right
Come over here. Can't
There.
do that.
Yeah, that was a
My
little
hair. I know.
too hard.
I got him in the lip over.
Wow.
Around their head into his face. Well, you can't pull my hair. You know
Uh-oh.
This is a little more drastic.
That's the wrong answer.
Stay
He
right
says
here.
she can't
Come
do
over here.
that, and then his
I know,
answer
that's
was he
right.
can't
You
pull
just
my
stay right
hair.
here
So
so
then
you
it's
can start, okay?
intentional, not unintentional.
So Kyle Cardinal walks Cody Mckenzie into a neutral section, and now he's going to go over and talk to the officials.
How much time left?
For the time?
Yeah, left in the round.
In the round?
In the round.
2 seconds.
2 seconds.
So 2 seconds left in the round as the official
Cody,
world.
I need you to stay right there. Okay? Right here.
Like I said, the answer was
Stay
not
right
good.
here, don't
It means
move.
he did it on purpose.
Well, I mentioned that Kyle Cardinal had warned Andrew McInnes earlier
Okay, Andrew, can you stand up?
about pulling
Can you
Mackenzie's
stand up,
hair.
please? Okay, check your eye. Right there. Can't see out of
I
that
guess
eye.
it was a headbutt on the eye.
Fucking headbutt me, dude. Okay, I need to see it.
Language.
Can you see? Can you see? I need to know. Can you see? Can you continue? You can't?
Because they're going to stop it. That's it.
Yep.
Yeah, if you tell the referee you can't see out of the eye, that's it. They're going to stop the fight. They don't want to fight a fight with one eye. The whole distance is off.
Well, now it is on Kyle Cardinal, our head referee, and the judges sitting cage side, how they're going to handle this out. I don't know if Cody Mckenzie should be celebrating just yet, boss, because the
No.
whole reason for the stoppage was the referee saw the headbutt,
And
which was preceded by Andrew McInnes pulling Mackenzie's hair.
yes, so that means he did it intentional. That's it. Wow.
And McInnes and McKenzie have words with one another. I wonder if they need to have someone out in the middle because it looks like they want to start it back up again. We'll be back to figure this whole thing out when we return to Edmonton, Alberta, Canada. You are watching the World Series of Fighting on NBCSN.
Just to make it be sure. That's right. Yes, he intentionally headbutted him. Okay, that word, it's good. We're gonna go with that. Can you come to the center? Andrew, are you gonna stay here? It has to be intentional headbutt. That's all right.
He's faking it anyway.
Here. Cody.
Hold my hair.
Right here.
Hold my hair. A shot for a shot, dude. You cheat, I cheat. That's how it goes. You cheat, I cheat. Hold my damn hair. Yeah.
Back in Edmonton in the middle of the welterweight fight here in round number 1. And there you saw early on Andrew McInnes being warned about pulling the hair of Cody Mckenzie. Referee Kyle Cardinal telling him, if you do it again, I'm going to take away a point. And here's the flurry that came after. And there is the headbutt that Cody Mckenzie responded with in kind. So you have two guys who don't like each other to start with. And that's how it results in the round. We sent it inside. Jazz Shakuro is going to make all the sense in the world out of this one.
Ladies and gentlemen, this fight will end with a disqualification due to an intentional headbutt at 4 minutes and 57 seconds of round number 1. Your winner, the submission artist, Andrew McInnes.
Well, boss, whether that was the right or wrong decision to make, obviously something had to happen. Both fighters not really playing nicely inside the cage, and this is MMA, but you got to keep it clean.
You got to keep it clean. It's your profession, I always say. The whole thing that goes on nowadays also with the beat, it's your profession, not allowed. Boom. You know, pull the hair, you got a warning. You don't need to headbutt him for that afterwards. And then certainly not admit it because, yeah, that's asking for a disqualification.
Plus, he had the dominant position, did Cody Mckenzie, and he kind of threw it all away in a moment of losing self-control and headbutt with the official right on top of it. He stops the fight. McInnes says he can't go on, and so it is disqualification by way of headbutt, and the victory officially goes to Andrew McInnes out of Canada. When we return, we will restore order at the World Series of Fighting. The welterweights take center stage. Shane Campbell and Derek Boyle get together when we return to the Edmonton Expo Center.
Yeah. Get ready. Listen. What you wanna do? If you don't strike first, that's when they gon' come at you. Yeah. And you know it's true. Don't let your life get worse. Being timid, that ain't cool. Nah.